What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Myler Flex podcast. It is December 18th, and guys, we have 7 days till Christmas. So how many of you guys are ready for Christmas? I mean, we got 7 days here, and it's coming quick. It's coming quick. I'm doing something a little different today. Actually, I am coming live inside of a Starbucks. Just kind of change it up a little bit, change the scenery, testing some things out. So that way we can take this podcast to different places a little bit more easier and hopefully bring more content and get a lot more experts on here, so that way we can learn more from other people as well. So like I said, 7 days till Christmas. How many of you guys have been good? How many of you guys have been able to hold off and not go eat all those Christmas sweets? And how many of you guys have been able to not drink too many of those holiday drinks and try to keep the weight at a good place? So I know it's difficult. We got all those holiday parties going on right now, and it can be very tempting at this time of the year, but hopefully you guys are doing well. You got 7 days till Christmas, and I hope some of you guys really took what I said before about be strict through December and try to enjoy Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and do the best that you can. But let's see what else. What's going on? The hand. You guys may want an update with my hand. It's getting better. It's getting better right now. Still can't lift. I'm still almost 3 weeks out from lifting. So I'm just being smart. I'm just going to go ahead and let my hand heal, do its thing. I had a little bit of tennis elbow in my left arm, so this is a good time for it to kind of recoup and just get better. And I'm trying not to be stupid about this. I really wanted to go into a bulking period right now, but unfortunately, you know what, that's not going to happen. And that's kind of part of what I'm piggybacking off of last week's podcast, where we talked about last week we talked about stress and your cortisol levels. Well, this week I'm going to talk about more about dealing with your emotions with everything in life, and just kind of tapping in a little bit, just because I've had a lot of things going on in the last couple months for myself, and just trying to remind myself of being level-headed and knowing how to deal with things that are going on in my life. And I think that carries over with your fitness, with your personal life, with finances, with your job, whatever it may be. So that's what the topic is today. We'll dive into that a little bit later. But right now, let's continue. What else is going on? Let's see. Well, I actually, you know what? I'm going to leave some of the issues and some of the things I've been dealing with the last couple of months for when we dive a little bit deeper into the topic. But how many of you guys got your Christmas shopping done? We did quite a bit of shopping over the weekend. Knocked most of that out because my wife actually had to leave town for work this week, so we knocked most of that out. I still have a few more things I gotta get, but I feel pretty confident that I'll get it done. Also, since I am here at Starbucks, I am enjoying a nice nitro cold brew, and let me go ahead and enjoy a sip of that right now. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff, guys. If you haven't had a cold brew at Starbucks, it's definitely something you need to have. It's something real. And actually, to tell you the truth, I get the sweet cream one. The sweet cream, there's not a whole lot of carbs in that, so it still keeps me in ketosis. I can still have the sweet cream, so it's definitely worth putting that in if you're somebody that's not too worried about having more than 10 grams of carbs a day. Gym life, training, all that good stuff, still the same old as far as working with my clients, online clients. My I Wanted Athletics gear is still in production. I've had a lot of you guys IM me and DM me and send me messages about, hey, when's your next order coming in? And we had a couple things happen as far as like the custom colors with the belts. We had gray belts and the turquoise belts. They were having a hard time with getting those custom colors. Able to get it figured out, so everything's in production. So hopefully in the next week or two I'll have a whole new order, and I'll have all new wraps and gloves and weightlifting belts and everything for you guys to order. So yeah, that'll be happening. So let's go ahead and let's dive into
What the Fitness.
So today's What the Fitness, I've got a couple cool little stories here. You know, a lot of guys, we see as they get older, they think they can't lift heavy weight anymore, and they're just like, yeah, I just can't do it. That's for the young guys. And you know what? To some degree, I do agree that most men in general should just go ahead and still lift at a weight that challenges them, but you don't have to be the Hulk or anything like that, where you're really putting yourself in injury's way. But I still think you need to be active. You still need to lift that stresses your bones, stresses your muscles, and still live an active life. But for this guy, Wayne Van Nostrand, I think that's how you say his last name, Wayne Van Nostrand. He is 50 years old, and he just broke. He is actually he's the second man in history to have ever benched more than 600 pounds. Okay, more than 600 pounds. And he did this, he lifted 601 pounds the other day. So now he is the second man over 50 years old to have lifted over 600 pounds. That's pretty insane. I think the most I've ever lifted myself is 300. I think it was 325 pounds. I think that's my max at 6'6". Sitting, probably at that time when I lifted that, I was probably right around 220 pounds, and I did about 325. So at 50 years old, lifting 600 pounds, that is crazy. That's insane. So congratulations to Wayne Van Nostrand. He's part of the United States Powerlifting Association, and I guess this competition was held in South Carolina. So congratulations to you. That's one hell of a feat right there. The next story is, this is kind of interesting. You guys know Equinox, right? Well, Equinox is trying to tap into other markets, and they are actually tapping into the restaurant market now. And they are getting ready to open up. I don't know, I guess they are also opening some hotels. So the Equinox Hotel. So it's going to be an all-in-one where you can work out, like have an exclusive high-end gym in the hotel with your trainers and stuff. But then also they're opening what is going to be called the Electric Lemon. The Electric Lemon. And so the restaurant is going to be inside the Equinox Hotel, but the kitchen what they say in here, but the kitchen seems to understand that after a vigorous workout, some customers are going to want a nice plate of like grilled lamb. So what they're saying is that the customers will want something a little bit more healthy, a little, for that healthier crowd. So they're really going to focus a lot more on their ingredients. But that's interesting. Equinox is starting to tap into the restaurant industry as well. So that's pretty amazing. I mean, you got gyms like Lifetime and Equinox that are kind of these a little bit more higher end gyms compared, unlike my gym, Next Rep Fitness in Dallas. I mean, that's a hardcore old school gym. We don't have anything fancy. We're there to work, get things done, and then we go other places to get the luxuries in life. And these gyms have been able to bring it all together. They are not cheap at all. They are not cheap, but they're nice. And it just whatever tickles your fancy, I guess. That's why I gotta say, I'm not really much of the Equinox person. That really doesn't get me motivated when I'm in the gym. Actually, it kind of makes me more relaxed and not, I don't know, I just don't feel like that's a place where there's true competition happening. But you know what, like I said, to each their own. So that is what I have for What the Fitness this week. So let's go ahead, take a commercial break.
Do you like fresh pressed juices? If so, check out Raw Roots Juices, spelled R-A Roots. They are located in Dallas, Texas, but can ship nationwide. So if you're looking for juice cleanse or a daily juice, use this code MylerFlex for 15% off.
All right, now you know what time it is.
Beat of the week.
Okay, so the last couple weeks, I like 2 weeks ago, I gave you an old school, what was the #1 jam 10 years ago, and that was Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, New York State of Mind. And then last week, I gave you, I can't even remember what song it was right now, but one of the top songs at the time. I told you it probably wasn't my jam, but it was like #1 or #2 on the billboards. So I'm bringing you another song this week that is a new one. It's fresh. It came out just recently, but it has an old school flavor connected to it. So this song is by Tyga, and it's called A Macarena. So he's bringing a throwback from the Macarena, if you remember Macarena, and so he's bringing that. This is a throwback to that, so enjoy. All right, so that was Tyga, A Macarena. Not a lot of lyrics to that song, is there? There definitely isn't a lot of lyrics to that. I actually think the old school one was probably a little bit better, as much as I don't want to admit that. But anyways, so guys, first of all, I gotta tell you, this is a little bit weird. The setup of how I'm doing my podcast right now. I'm literally sitting in the middle of Starbucks right now. They've got some leather chairs that are laid up in the middle, and I've got a cool little background. I've got the camera filming me, so that way you guys can see this later on YouTube. But I'm used to having my microphone like up against me, and I have some headphones with the built-in microphone right now, so it's a little different. So hopefully I can get used to this a little bit, and the volume will be a little bit different, and I'll make changes. But I hope this works out. So like I said, I really want to have a little bit easier access to bring the podcast different places, because sometimes, when I have to have my board, I have to have Wi-Fi to use my board. So this, I don't have to have Wi-Fi, and I can just run right through my phone. So hopefully this works. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. So let's go on and talk about the topic. And I don't really have the title. I guess, the title is just dealing with emotions. And I guess part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this is, one, because it is December, and a lot of people struggle through the month of December. So that's part of the reason why I guess I'm piggybacking from last week's podcast, talking about stress and controlling your cortisol levels. And so this week's podcast, I'm not really giving you tips as far as controlling anything health-wise. I'm always going to recommend getting out and walking or being active to help through everyday events. But I don't know if you guys have been following me on Instagram. Unfortunately, my Fit Keto Cowboy Instagram has been blocked for like 2 weeks. So Instagram, hello, unblock me. I'm doing everything I can to get unblocked. But on my Myler Flex Instagram page, my Next Rep Fitness Instagram page, on Monday I posted a little bit of Myler Motivation Monday, and I talked about life is like a jump rope, and that I got that from my inspiration from Blue October. They're one of my favorite bands, and they've got a song called Jump Rope, and in the lyrics it says, life's like a jump rope, up, down, up, down, up, down. Justin sings it way better than what I just gave you credit for. But that's what it's about, and that is so true. I gave the example on Saturday. I woke up to an email that was huge news. Actually, I guess I should have put this in What the Fitness. I got huge news that my association, NACA, the National Athletic Keto Association, is actually going to have a bodybuilding competition, our show, at FitCon in Salt Lake City, Utah on May 1st. And so that I got the official email Saturday morning saying, hey, it's done, it's official, let's do this, let's make the announcements, let's go with this. And so I was excited. I get out of bed, I'm so happy. My wife and I, we open up a bottle of champagne, have some mimosas, celebrate the fact that this is happening. And then all of a sudden I get a phone call from a long-term client of mine saying that he's decided not to continue training anymore. I've had him for 6 years, and that was a big blow. That was I really enjoyed training him, and things kind of got a little rocky about a couple months ago, but we patched it, and then he's decided to move on in different directions, and so that was really a bummer, and but I had to tell myself, as much as that brought me down from my high, that don't get too high on your highs and don't get too low on your lows. And I had to try to remind myself that a little bit later on in the day, Saturday, because then a couple hours later, all of a sudden I get some news that was really uplifting, and that really kind of cheered me up a little bit more. And then I get another text message from somebody else telling me that this has happened, and then I end the night with my wife, surprising me with a very rare pair of Jordans. I'm a big Jordan collector and all that, and she just really made my evening special by getting me these pair of Jordans. And so the whole day was just like a jump rope, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I had to really reflect on it on that day. And that's why on Monday, when I posted the video of just, I could have just really gone and, really excited and just, and gotten cocky about the fact that NACA is going to be at FitCon next year, and I could have just blasted on social media and be like, whoa, what's up? Kind of like what Tyrese did when Dre got his $1 billion from Apple for Beats, which, there's two totally apples and oranges, okay? I get it. But, you remember when he went crazy and broke the news before he was supposed to do it, and they almost lost the deal because of that. I could have gone on live and be like, whoa, check this out. All these other associations aren't in FitCon, but NACA is. I didn't. And I could have just really been in the dumps by losing a long-term client that I had, and then a couple other things that's happened throughout the day that were business related. That really could have put me in the dumps, but throughout that whole day and throughout the whole process, I just kept on telling myself, don't get too high on the highs, don't get too low on the lows. Enjoy your victories, guys. And that's another thing, like, it's healthy to enjoy them. It's unhealthy to be cocky about it and, what I'm saying, boast about it and all that. But on the flip side, it's also healthy to go through the emotions of upset, or things that might be depressing towards you or whatever. It's healthy to go through those emotions and work through them. It's not healthy to prolong it, I think, and really hold on to those emotions for a long period of time, or react those emotions or reflect those emotions on other people. It's not healthy in that way either. So, that's why if you can just kind of find that happy medium to to where there's, I'm going to say it again, not too high on your highs, not too low on your lows. If you can just kind of find that happy medium, I think that is a really great way of living life, and then you got the old school saying, when one door closes, another one opens. And I do believe that's true as well. Sometimes there's a length of time before that other door opens. But, I think if you keep in that level state of mind, you can make the time that it takes before that door opens. You'll be able to make it mentally, and your mind will be in a good place. And that you know what, even this whole mindset that I'm even talking about right here, it reflects into fitness. I've seen so many clients that have done awesome, that have reached a goal that they were striving for like 90 days or for 6 months, and they hit that goal, or they've hit a goal and then they started to plateau a little bit, and then they reverse, like all of a sudden here's the holidays and all of a sudden they gain 10 pounds. Or they went on vacation and they gained 5 pounds, and they get in the dumps. Well, I've seen people that from one day and then 2 days later they have gained a pound or 2 pounds, and they are in the straight dumps for like a week because of that. And it's like, guys, come on, there are so many variables to just a pound or 2 pounds that it's so many, but people really look at that and they get in the dumps about that. And what's funny is, with fitness, I would say 50% of the people, when they reach their goal, they aren't half as excited about reaching their goal, or the intensity of the emotion isn't half as much as if it is if they've gained a few pounds. I mean, for some reason, people have a hard time accepting their wins sometimes. And guys, I want you guys going to 2020, and I want you guys to accept your guys' wins. Like, really hold on to them. Again, like I said, don't go and be cocky and boast about them, but enjoy them and soak them in, and know that, hey, you did this. So, and don't live on these negative things in life. So my birthday, we were in Mexico, had an awesome trip, went to Playa del Carmen for my birthday, had a great time. And while I was in Mexico, some idiot, I don't know how, was able to break into my email and then break into my gateway, to where we make charges and everything through my company. And then they were going to my merchant and trying to change the bank account information, and they went and ran up like $30,000 in one day, trying to charge these people through my business. And then they were trying to get all that changed over into their bank account. Not only did they do that, but then they also got into my Verizon account and ordered 15 iPads, but Verizon said the max they could do were 10 at the time. So Verizon sent 10 iPads out to somebody. And so I come home November 12th, and I'm dealing with all this crap. And I have not gotten paid from my merchant from November 7th on my birthday all the way till December 8th. I'm still fighting with my merchant on trying to get my money back from all these disputes and all this stuff. And guys, I mean, hey, I haven't been able to pay some of my major bills because I haven't gotten paid for one whole month. I mean, one whole month. Luckily, you know, I've had some savings. I've been able to pay most of it, but some of the stuff I had to push back a little bit just because of that. And, you know, that can really put you in the dumps, right? Financials can put you in the dumps. If you can't afford certain things or you can't pay certain things off, you can really get in the dumps. And luckily, things are working out, and we're starting to get the ball rolling. I'm starting to get payments. It's not all there yet, but I could have really gone south with this. You know, my wife, she's like, oh my God, we're not going to be able to pay the gym rent. We're not going to be able to do that, which I'm going to now. It's fine. Everything's fine. I am, for myself, I am a pretty level-headed person. There are times that I do let my emotions get to me. I think just like anybody else, you know, we're all human. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I've been dealing with this month. But I would think if you guys go back and watch my Instagram, you guys have been watching my podcast, you guys have been listening to my podcast, you guys go look at my other YouTube channels, you guys may not have even known that I've got this stuff going on. And that's part of the reason why I want to be a little bit of an open book for you guys right now, so that way you can see that I'm human just like you, and this is how I've been dealing with certain things that's going on in my life. And that's not everything. You know, Chrissy, her aunt passed away, and you know, there's other things that's happened throughout the course of the last month or so that, you know, we've just been dealing with. And you know, I just go back to that song by Blue October called Jump Rope. And life is up, down, up, down. You guys should go listen to it. I highly recommend that. Blue October is one of my favorite bands of all time. Actually, 2 of the 3 tattoos I have are inspired by Blue October. So again, you know, I'm going to kind of wrap this up for you guys, that it is the holidays, and if you've gained a few pounds, or let's say you didn't get the gifts that you wanted, you know, because you guys aren't going to hear from me next week. I don't think so. Maybe I'll do a special podcast for you guys. We'll see what happens. But I am going to enjoy my family, enjoy my holidays. And normally I do podcasts on Wednesdays, so it will be that time, Christmas Day. But you know, if you didn't get the gift that you wanted, if you did gain a little bit of weight, you know, if something happens, just please try to remember your boy Cody right here telling you, don't get too low on your lows. Don't get too high on your highs. Enjoy your victories, enjoy your wins, enjoy your gifts. Sit into the disappointment, into your upsets. Think about it, go through the emotions, run through the process, and then get back to where your mind needs to be. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it is. But sometimes if you got a reminder, like somebody like myself saying this, sometimes it helps you. And that's what I really hope this podcast will do for you as well, is it helps you just get through sometimes these events that you have, because it's a hard struggle when in the same day you have something that is so good but then something so bad happens, and how do you manage those emotions. So I hope that I've brought you guys just a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of encouragement, something that will stick in the back of your mind. And I really hope that you guys have an amazing holiday. Enjoy Christmas. You know, hug, kiss your loved ones, enjoy your kids, enjoy your spouse. Please be safe. And if I don't talk to you guys next week, I'll be on the week after. But guys, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time. And until next time, keep repping and flexing. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Hey guys, do me a big favor and go follow Myler Flex on Instagram Instagram and Facebook. And if you want more videos of the podcast or workout videos, follow the Myler Flexing Podcast on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Till next time, keep repping and flexing.